Wasting money on cures. Forgot how to fix myself. They say that time is free. Then why is it so precious? Oh, I'll save memories in my head, like Polaroids on walls. They remind you to look ahead. Time is running out. Time is running out. Lately I've lost my track. I've sailed the deeper seas, hoping to find something to bring back better times. Oh, I'll save memories in my head, like Polaroids on walls. They remind you to look ahead. But time is running out. 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 Time is running. Time is running out. Time is running out. What if my best days are over? They can be over. They can't be over now. Time is running out. What if my best days are over? They can't be over now. Time is running out. Time is running out. Time is running out.
Hi there, it's Jim here at GTG. Welcome to the second in our series of live streams for AQA A-Level Business. Joined again by my old mucker Graham tonight. G, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. Are you okay, Jim?
I'm good. If you're okay, I'm pleased. And well, we did 3.1 to 3.2 last week, didn't we? 2 units
We
in
did
one
indeed.
session. But tonight, 3.3 marketing, usual mix of fun and frolics, 25 minutes, maximum 30 on
Definitely.
Unit 3.3, which is marketing. And as always, big welcome to everybody who's joining us live. We have massive numbers, both live and also particularly on the on-demand last week. I think over 1,000 students watched the session on demand. So if you're watching on demand too, welcome. Should we start with our usual warm-up activity, G, just to get us going?
Let's do it. Do you want me to take us through this?
Yeah, go for it, yeah.
So we got a name, a product stroke brand here. 5 clues alluding to the name of a product or brand will reveal each clue. As soon as you work it out, please type it in the chat window. So clue number 1, it's a British company. Our Griggs Group acquired the patent to make this product. And the first was launched in 1960. So if you're sitting there thinking, I know a product that was launched in 1960 that was acquired by the R. Griggs Group, well, then type it in. It's a tough one. Let's go straight to number 2. So early fans of the brand included factory workers, postmen, and police officers. So we know it's a brand, it's a product, it's a brand. So some early adopters, I think we would call them, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Factory workers, postmen, and police officers. Shall we have a look? And it is a real. We're talking about postmen. It is a real first-class product as well. Shall we have a look at clue number 3?
Something that stops dogs from biting them? Maybe, I don't know. Could be, couldn't it?
Oh, I don't believe it.
Let's not reveal it yet.
There's always one got to spoil it.
Yeah.
So this brand became iconic amongst the punks in the 1970s, particularly 1977, which was the obviously the golden year of punk music. So punk rockers, punks, factory workers, postmen, police officers. Shall I have a look? Clue number 4. Launched a vegan version in 2020. I'm a vegan. I tell you, they don't taste very nice. In response to growing environmental concerns amongst Gen Z consumers. Gen Z. Clue number 5. The product has a lifespan of 5 to 10 years with replaceable parts allowing for repairs. The product durability contributes to brand loyalty. So,
A
any more
classic
in any
marketing
more?
product, isn't it?
It's
Classic.
great. Yeah. It's
It's got everything there,
we
isn't it? It's got product life cycle and brand awareness, targeting, positioning.
It's got the lot, and we have a right answer, haven't
We do.
We do have a right answer, and the answer is, of course, Dr. Martens.
Did I tell you, Graham, I don't know whether you know this, but back before Tutor Stew, I used to run a business that repaired worn out bottoms of Dr. Martens.
Really?
Yeah, I was a sole trader.
Hey, I bet that was soul destroying. And on that bombshell.
Right, we're good to go. Right, so as usual, 25 minutes of fast-paced revision, and this time it's all on Unit 3.3 marketing. Now we're starting with 5 brand new AQA style, AQA standard multiple choice questions never seen before. But the idea of all of these sessions is to give you lots of practice. Here's the first one. And of course, with multiple choice, the answer is either always A, B, C, or D. But we know that, don't we? A supermarket group adds dental services to its stores in order to increase spending by existing customers. So good old Igor Ansov, what would he describe that strategy as? Is it diversification, market development, product development, or market penetration? I'll give you 10, 15 seconds on that one. And Ansov's matrix, I think, is probably in my list of 5 top examiner favourites, G, isn't it? Always turns up somewhere.
Definitely.
So
We've
a
got a lot of
supermarket
answers
group
coming
adding dental services to increase spending by existing customers. That helps you pick the right box, doesn't it, I think? Having said that, I don't think anyone so far in the live chat, lots of answers coming in, so far has got the right answer. It's often the case the Ansov matrix question in the real exams is the one that has the lowest score.
Yeah, it's come up a few times, hasn't it, as an MCQ?
Yeah. Should we go to the answer?
Yeah.
It is indeed C. It's product development. So why is it product development? Well, firstly, we were told it's to increase spending by existing customers. So that rules 2 out, doesn't it? These aren't new customers. These are existing customers. And we're either going to be selling more supermarket type stuff, groceries, existing products, or a new product to an existing customer. And that, in this case, it's dental services. So the question says the group adds dental services, so it's new to its stores. Therefore, that is product development. So Phil and Shine and Sheila and a number of others actually did get the right answer, having said that lots of people didn't. They did. There we go. Graham, do you want to do the next one?
Okay, so this is our classic 2-statement questions. So read each statement and decide whether each statement is true or false. So statement 1, according to the Boston Matrix, a business should stop selling products in low growth markets. Statement 2, according to the product lifecycle model, extension strategies can move a product from maturity phase back to a growth phase. So if you believe statement 1 is true and statement 2 is true, then select A, and so on and so forth. So always the same, A, B, C, or D. Please type your answer into the chat window. So according to the Boston Matrix, a business should stop selling products in low growth markets. According to the product lifecycle model, extension strategies can move a product from the maturity phase back to a growth phase. What do we think? So answers are starting to come in, a few with question marks after them.
Hard
It's a
question.
tough question. It is a tough question. It is a tough question, that one. I think it's probably statement 2.
Yeah.
May probably trip people up. Shall we reveal the answer? So I think a lot of people went for D. So we'd recognised that statement 1 is false. Firstly, a Boston Matrix isn't a decision-making tool. It doesn't tell a business what they should do. But remember, cash cows are in low-growth markets. You wouldn't stop selling a cash cow. So that rules statement 1 out. Now, according to the product lifecycle model, a product could move from maturity back to the growth phase. That is perfectly feasible. And there's lots of examples of a product that's been in the maturity phase. It's had an extension strategy and that product has started to grow again. So well done. Yes, well done indeed. There is some correct answers in there.
Yeah.
And it was good to see that a lot of people recognize the statement one is false, but just be wary of the product lifecycle model that, extension strategies can move a product back to the growth phase.
Yeah, I think the growth phase is about is the rate of growth, isn't it? Maturity is slower growth. Growth phase is faster growth. Excellent. Okay, here's our third one. And this is a really important topic from Unit 3.3, income elasticity of demand. In this case, we've got a product with an IED coefficient of plus 1.6. And we're told the quantity demanded is 250,000 units per year. Now, something happens here. Incomes rise next year by 5%. What will the quantity demanded of that product be next year? So applying that income elasticity coefficient to the quantity demanded, or one of those answers, in fact, all four of those answers, depending on how you apply your understanding of the coefficient, are possible, but only one is right. So what do we think? A, B, C, or D. So it's got a positive income elasticity or positive YED of 1.6. What does that mean in terms of what will happen if incomes rise by 5%? A commonly examined concept, and often even on the day, as well as the days and weeks before, relatively misunderstood by lots of students. So well worth working them through. Shall we have a look at the answer? Lots of answers coming through in the live chat, although perhaps a number of people a little bit reluctant on this one. Well, the answer is indeed 2,700 units, because it's going up by 8%, isn't it? The coefficient is plus 1.6, which means that for every 1% increase in incomes, quantity demanded will increase by 1.6%. So it's simply 1.6 times by 5%. 8% increase gets you, I think, Graham, if I'm not mistaken, to 270,000 units. That's an 8% increase in quantity demanded. Right, next one.
Okay, two more statements here for us to look at. So statement one, if a business's sales increase by more than the market growth rate, the business will increase its market share. Is that true or false? Statement two, the entry of new competitors into a market will always reduce the market share of the market leader. Is that true or false? So decide whether each statement is true or false and select A, B, C, or D. So market growth, market share, market size, key topics for 3.3. So some answers coming into the chat window here, and we do seem to be more confident in market growth and market share, which is great to see. Wow, lots of answers coming in.
Well done.
Shall we reveal the correct answer? Well, I think everyone got it. Of course, it is. Statement one is true. Statement two is false. So if a business's sales increase by more than the market growth rate, then of course the business will increase its market share. Now, just because a new competitor enters the market doesn't mean that the market leader will reduce market share. That would only happen if that new business takes sales away from the market leader, and that may not happen. The clue in that question was always. So it won't always do that. Hence, it is false. Well done, everyone.
Yeah.
Great work.
Last one, and then we'll move on to a calculation. So a business has researched and selected the specific market it wishes to enter. And now it needs to decide how to use the marketing mix to compete against existing businesses. What's that known as? What's that next stage known as? Is it segmentation? Is it targeting? Could it be pricing or positioning? This is a model that hasn't been extensively examined so far, and certainly not, as far as I'm aware, in a multiple choice question, but I'd need to go back and check that. I'm pretty sure it hasn't. So we thought we'd write one. So it's either A, B, C, or D. So the business has already researched and selected the market it wishes to enter. It now needs to decide how to compete. A, B, C, or D. What do we think? Actually, that's quite interesting. A wide variety of answers coming in for this one. It's a bit like the Ansoff question, really. The question states the situation. In other words, the stage the business has achieved. Quite a lot of people, Beth and Sheila and others, going for D. Should we have a look? It is indeed D, yeah. The segmentation, targeting and positioning model, STP. Positioning is where you've done your segmentation, you've analysed the market, the different needs and wants of customers. You've then decided which segment to target based around the attractiveness, maybe the market growth rate or the profitability or whatever it is. And then what you then do is then position your product or service to compete. And that's effectively what you're doing, for example, using market mapping and the marketing mix. So positioning is the third phase of that process. Yeah, so the correct answer is D. So well done. I thought those were 5 hard multiple choice questions, G. Don't you? Do you agree?
Tough questions.
And we don't try to make these easy. We try to make them exam standard. So if you're struggling with 1 or 2 of those, don't worry. Loads of time left. Right, time for your calculators. Over to you, G.
Okay, so a calculation blast here. You've got a table on screen showing data relating to a business and its market. So you've got the business sales this year, business sales next year, this year's market size, and the estimated market growth rate for next year. What we'd like you to do is calculate the market size for next year and the business market share next year. How many minutes do you think we should have, Jim?
Well, you've got an option. I've got 3 buttons here. I've got 60 seconds, 90 seconds, or 2 minutes.
Should we go for 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Let's
Okay.
do 2 minutes. Let's do 2 minutes. So even if you just have a go at one, that would be great. Remember, 2 minutes isn't a long time, even for one of these calculations. So just maybe have a go at one. If you can get 2, fantastic. So the market size for next year, we've got the market growth rate for next year. We can see that's 4%. So can we manipulate that using the information in the table to work out the market size for next year? Once we've worked out the market size for next year, then the market share should be relatively easy to calculate. Remember, when calculating market share, remember it is a percentage, so you would need to put your percentage sign at the end of that. If you were asked that in an exam and didn't do that, you may lose a mark for not putting the percentage sign. And good exam practice is to always show your workings for any calculation question. C. It could be C, couldn't it?
Wow.
Good stuff, Ruben.
Not sure the market share is right there, is it? Not sure.
No. Partly correct.
This would probably be, what, a 2 and a 3 marker, or a couple of 3 markers. So 2 minutes is little time at all, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Having said that, a number of people have absolutely flown through this and got both answers into the live chat. Our time's up.
Yeah, remember, so a lot of students have got the first answer correct, which is 13 million, but just didn't put a pound sign in front. And again, you potentially could lose a mark for that. So you've done all that hard work. Make sure, you've got your units correctly signposted to the examiner. So shall we reveal the answers? So yeah, it was 13 million. So the market size this year was £12.5 million. It was estimated to grow by 4%. So we just multiply the 12.5 million by 1.04 to get 13 million. Remember to put the pound sign. And then the market share next year, well, we were told that the business sales next year would be 1 million. So therefore, 1 million divided by 13 million times 100 would give us 7.69%. Some got 7.7%. That's fine. Well done, everyone. I can see why some people maybe put 13%, because I saw 13 million and 1 million and maybe just didn't do the calculation. So I can see why some people got that. But this is how you should set your calculation answers out. Well done, everyone. That was really quick work, Jim, wasn't it? Really, 2 hard questions there. Very quick.
Yeah, I'm just reminded of a couple of people we know from last year who missed out on their grades by 1 or 2 marks. And I think from memory, it was on the calculations where, for example, they hadn't put a percentage sign, or as you say, the units on a break even. So it's so important to be really precise and make sure that your answers, along with your workings, have the right units, in this case, market share, don't forget, is always expressed as a percentage. It's awful to think, isn't it, that you might miss a grade just by making an error under pressure by failing to put the unit. So always put market share as a percentage. Would be my advice. So, well, we've got two little activities. Oh, no, three activities, haven't we? The first one is two into one. This is one of my favourites, and I just think we know from previous years, application is such an important skill based around the sort of the context and the case it is that you get given in AQA. We call this the application spinner, and these two applications of the application spinner are going to be on elasticity of demand, perhaps the most important part of Unit 3.3. I wonder whether it is or not. Graham will have a view on that. I'll do the first one, and then Graham will do the second. So the idea is we've come up with 6 well-known businesses, should be well-known to Gen Z: EasyJet, Netflix, Vans, Spotify, Domino's, and Lululemon. And the question is, how sensitive do you think demand will be for changes in price for one of those businesses? So we're going to spin the wheel. Let's see where it lands. Obviously, we don't know where it's going to land. Graham is looking particularly excited. Normally, it lands on EasyJet, but not today. It's how do you pronounce it? Is it Lululemon or Lululemon? Or you would know, Graham. You're often in there, aren't you?
Yeah, Lululemon, I think. Yeah, I've been in Lululemon. Yeah.
Okay, so over to you guys in the live chat, and if we get a few contributions, I'll see if I can even add them to the screen here. Last week we had some problems, but it might work this week. So what do you think? Into the live chat, how sensitive do you think demand for Lululemon will be to changes in price? And even better, if you can include some words or phrases or examples that make what you type in relevant to that business, rather than say to EasyJet or to Spotify.
Be specific. Actually, Jim, I've got a joke about Lululemon, but I'm not sure I can squeeze it in.
All right. Okay. Well, I'll see if I can make some time for you. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I was asking, what is Lululemon? I mean, it's an upmarket activewear, gymwear brand, isn't it?
Yeah. So think of sort of it's sort of like a Gymshark style, but a bit more affluent, I would imagine. Different market segment, the Gymshark, really.
Yeah.
I've been in the one in London. It was it's expensive. Yeah. I went in with nothing and I came out with nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose what you've just said there is a bit of a clue, isn't it? To the answer in terms of sensitivity of changes in price. Yeah. What do we think? Anyone want to have a go before we show you what we came up with? Don't be shy. How sensitive do you think? What do you think the PED will be, the PED? How sensitive is price demand to changes in price? A few more seconds. Shall we reveal what we went with, G?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. I'll stick Ruben's on in a second because it's really, really good. We went with price inelastic, for example, minus 0.4. Which suggests that demand is price inelastic, and the reason why is because we think Lululemon is a premium brand, a luxury brand, you could have said. We use the word athletic wear brand, leisure wear. Customers choose it for quality and brand identity over mass market options such as these Nike and Adidas. Let's see if we can add Rubens to the screen. Now there it is. Appears like magic. Lululemon's clothes are quite a luxury product, therefore will have more of an inelastic demand than a clothing brand such as Primark, where there's an emphasis on being cheaper. Wow, what an answer.
Some great stuff there.
Let's put Keresis on. What do you think to this one? This looks good as well, doesn't it? More inelastic, price elastic demand, product being more luxury compared with other sportswear businesses like Sports Direct. So therefore that reply is brilliant, isn't it? Because it's consistent with the context it's applied. We get the idea. Should we do another one?
Yeah, can I just mention one thing quickly, Jim? Can I just mention something which is really important? It was flagged in an examiner's report a year or two back that a lot of students had the misconception that if a product is price inelastic, then an increase in price will result in no fall in the quantity demanded. Remember, that's not true. The quantity demanded will fall, but at a lower percentage than the price increase. That is a really, really important point. Great answers, everyone. Should we do the next one? So income elasticity of demand now. So how sensitive will demand be to changes in disposable income for this business? So we've got some other businesses here on screen. Shall we Start the spinner. Again, we've got no idea what it's going to land on. Maybe it'll land on Gymshark, because we just talked about Gymshark briefly, didn't we, in the last... Oh, it's Nando's. It's Nando's. So, we may all be familiar with Nando's. How sensitive will demand be for Nando's to changes in disposable income for this business? So that could be incomes increasing or decreasing, disposable income, be either or. How sensitive will demand be? So it's useful to work it through in your head. So think, if my disposable income went up, increased, would I go to Nando's more? If my disposable income decreased, would I go to Nando's less? How do you think customers would react if their disposable income increased or decreased in relation to Nando's? What do we think?
You a Fernando's fan, Graham?
Unfortunately, I'm
Of course,
plant-based,
you're
Jim, so I
plant-based.
don't eat. I'm plant-based, so no. So I have been in though, because I have been in. I had a cheeky Nando's with one of my kids who eat meat, but I just had some chips. It
I
was
was
all
going to
right.
say, do they not do a plant-based alternative?
Yeah, I had the chips.
Okay. So a few more seconds. Let's see if we get some answers in here before we show ours. Obviously, it takes a while to type, and also we had some phenomenal answers on
We
the
have.
previous one.
So we got demand. So should we put some answers up?
Yeah, let's stick. Well, the shield is on. Looks like a really good answer here. Let's stick it on there.
So demand will likely be elastic. Remember, just be careful with your language here. Try and use income elastic. So demand will likely be, say, income elastic to changes in income, since their prices are pretty affordable. Good point there. You've got meal deals, you've got a price there. So that, therefore, there's some really good application. Brilliant stuff.
Let's stick Joe's on. Lots of great answers coming in here. We'll try and pick.
Yeah, Nando's is fairly expensive, therefore customers will be less likely to purchase their products when incomes are low. Demand will be higher during times of high income. It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's all down to personal perception of whether people think Nando's is... You could argue all fast food outlets could potentially be classed as a luxury item, couldn't you? Really, you could eating out could be classed as a luxury item. So again, we've got some Nando's demand will be quite sensitive, as a decreased income could lead to a significant decrease in demand, as they tend to have affordable meals. That is a really good point. And you've got some really good application there with families might prefer to eat at home. Some great stuff. Shall we reveal what we had? So relatively income elastic, Nando's is seen as an affordable restaurant chain. So diners, there's our application, likely to be less sensitive to changes in their income, but may order more expensive items on the menu as incomes rise. So that's a really interesting point, isn't it? If your disposable income increases, you may still, eat at Nando's, but you may decide to maybe buy a pudding, for example, or a starter, if they do such things. So some great responses there. Some great responses there.
Yeah, well done.
Well done,
and we'll
everyone.
use the application spinner every session because it's such an important skill. And by the time we get to the exams in the summer, if you're taking the exams in the summer, it'll be second nature. Using words and phrases that apply your answers to whatever context you're given. Well, we're into our last one now, Graham. Do you want to do this one?
Yeah, so we've got Give Me 3 activity here. We've got a chain of budget hotels called Sweet Dreams, and the business has a poor reputation on various consumer review websites for its customer service and room booking systems. So, what is our question, Jim? Our question is... Two ways in which Sweet Dreams could change its extended marketing mix. So we want elements of the extended marketing mix to improve its competitiveness. So we know it's got a bad reputation for customer service and booking rooms. So how could it change its extended marketing mix to improve its competitiveness? What do we think?
Stuck a minute on this one.
Yeah, remember, so you've got your classic marketing mix, your 4 elements, the extended marketing mix, of which there are 7. So that's 3 areas that we really need to focus on. We only want 2. So 2 out of those 3 elements of the extended marketing mix related to Sweet Dreams. What could they do? So I would imagine Sweet Dreams similar to a sort of travel lodge. I'm sort of guessing. Do you think so?
Well, I suspect Travelodge would argue that their reputation is a bit bigger. I can imagine Sweet Dreams probably has those bed bugs or those things that are...
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, like a sort of Faulty Towers style. So we've got an element of the marketing mix there, but just be careful because we did want the extended marketing mix as opposed to your classic product, price, promotion, and place. So this was
we should have
testing
made
a
that
couple
clear,
of...
shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should have made it clear, really. But so we were looking at maybe the three elements: people, process, physical environment. Now we got some coming through here. Kevra's saying they could improve their people as customer service is bringing down the whole chain's reputation.
Yeah, excellent.
We've got some more about our standard marketing mix about place, improving the customer experience,
Yeah,
improving the rooms. Ruben there making the booking of the hotel rooms online a better process. That process, which is a part of the extended marketing mix. So some fantastic answers there and some really good application. We're talking about rooms, hotel rooms,
exactly.
the chain's reputation. So some really good application. Well done. Everyone got the physical environment there about improving customer satisfaction. That is what a lot of people don't see, isn't it? That even if you don't interact with a member of staff, if it's not a nice, welcoming physical environment, that could be classed as poor customer service. Shall we have a look at what we had, Jim?
Here we come.
Okay, so we selected process. So, Sweet Dreams could upgrade or replace the existing booking system with one that is more reliable and user-friendly. So this could be researched and tested with customers, perhaps via focus groups. So again, we're linking it to another element of 3.3. In terms of people, you could relate this to the human resource flow. So they could invest more resources into training and development, focusing on those all-important customer service skills such as empathy, problem solving, and communication. They could also tighten up their recruitment to make sure they only employ people with a real passion for hospitality and who are customer centric. So this is how you can link different elements of the specification together to get real depth of analysis here. So we're linking the extended marketing mix with maybe the human resource flow in terms of recruitment and training. So,
Love it.
great stuff, Jim. Great stuff.
Well, we've done exactly 30 minutes on Unit
Bob on.
3.3. The marketing, what's now called in the new spec, marketing. But in the old spec, improving marketing, decision-making to improve marketing performance. It's marketing. So hopefully you found that useful. Next week, I think it's me and another guest. I think Graham is away on his travels. So we'll be doing 3.4 and then the following weeks, 3.5, 3.6. And we're finishing off before Christmas with some fast-paced sessions around calculations, numerical concepts, drawing content from the whole of the year one specification, but with a focus on numbers. So anyway, if you can join us live for our regular Monday sessions at 5:15, that's fantastic. Well done to everyone who's joined in tonight. Spread the word, and we'll catch you this time next week. So from Graham and I, see you later.